Ribeye. Sourced from the rib section between the 6th and 12th ribs, the ribeye is instantly recognizable by the rich marbling that weaves through the center eye of the steak. Those delicate veins of intramuscular fat gradually liquefy as the steak cooks, effectively self-basting the meat from within. This process ensures a succulent, flavorful bite that doesn't rely on added fats or sauces. It's no surprise that ribeye is celebrated as the ultimate flavor-forward steak. While it may not always be the most tender cut on the menu, ribeye offers one of the most intense beef flavors you can experience in a quick cooking steak. For the best results, ribeyes respond exceptionally well to high heat, whether on a grill or in a cast iron skillet, where the exterior develops a deep, caramelized crust, while the interior fat renders just enough to maintain moisture. New York strip. Also known as strip steak or sirloin strip, the New York strip is cut from the short loin, located just behind the ribs. Instead of the heavy marbling found in ribeye, the strip features a fat cap along one side. This fat layer shields the meat during cooking, enhancing its flavor without drastically altering the interior texture. Compared to ribeye, the strip delivers a firmer bite and a more structured mouthfeel, yet it still embodies that classic steakhouse taste, perfectly positioned between lean and fatty. Because of its adaptability to simple, high-heat cooking methods, the New York strip is frequently the default steak choice in American restaurants. Filet Mignon. Harvested from the tenderloin, a muscle that sees minimal physical activity, filet mignon is renowned for its exceptional tenderness. The lack of heavy use means the muscle fibers remain incredibly fine, earning it the title of the most tender steak available. However, this tenderness comes with a trade-off in flavor. Since the tenderloin contains very little fat or connective tissue, filet mignon tends to have a milder, almost buttery texture rather than the bold, beefy richness found in fattier cuts. To preserve its delicate nature, filet mignon is typically served thick and cooked quickly over high heat to prevent drying out. T-bone. The T-bone is essentially two steaks in one, divided by a distinctive T-shaped bone. On one side of the bone, you'll find a portion of strip steak, while the other side holds a smaller piece of tenderloin. This unique combination delivers two distinct textures in a single cut, firm and robust on one side and soft and delicate on the other. The bone itself plays a crucial role during cooking by helping to retain heat and slow moisture loss, which can subtly enhance the final texture. T-bones are typically grilled or broiled, then sliced off the bone after resting and served together. Porterhouse. Structurally similar to the T-bone but cut further back along the short loin, the porterhouse features a much larger tenderloin portion. This means you're getting a full strip steak paired with a substantial piece of filet mignon, all attached to the same bone. Porterhouses are often large enough to serve multiple people and are designed to be carved after cooking rather than eaten whole. In Italy, this cut is known as bistecca alla fiorentina, traditionally cooked rare over extremely hot coals and sliced before serving. Sirloin. Cut from behind the short loin near the hip, sirloin comes from muscles that see more physical activity. This results in leaner meat with slightly tougher muscle fibers, giving sirloin a firmer bite compared to premium steakhouse cuts like ribeye or strip. While it may lack the heavy marbling that creates a melt-in-your-mouth texture, sirloin still delivers plenty of beefy flavor. Thanks to its balance of affordability and taste, sirloin is often considered an everyday steak, versatile enough for grilling, pan-searing, or slicing for kebabs and stir-fries. Flat iron. Taken from the shoulder, or chuck, the flat iron steak is created by removing a tough, central seam of connective tissue from the top blade muscle. What remains is a flat, evenly shaped steak that is surprisingly tender for a working muscle. Flat iron steaks boast good marbling and a robust beef flavor, and their uniform thickness ensures even cooking across a hot surface. They're frequently recommended as a budget-friendly alternative to more expensive steakhouse cuts, offering a similar eating experience at a lower price point. Flank steak. A long, flat cut from the abdominal area, flank steak is characterized by its visible muscle fibers running in one direction. It's lean and intensely beefy, but can become tough if cooked beyond medium. Flank steak responds well to marinades and high-heat, fast cooking methods like grilling or pan-searing. The most important step? slicing it thinly against the grain after cooking, which shortens the fibers for easier chewing. Flank steak is commonly used in dishes like fajitas, salads, and stir-fries. Skirt steak. Also taken from the belly region, skirt steak has a looser grain structure than flank steak. This open texture allows it to absorb marinades quickly and develop a deep, flavorful crust when cooked over very high heat. Known for its intense beef flavor and chewy texture, skirt steak is best served rare to medium rare. Overcooking can make it tough, so it's traditionally cooked hot and fast, then rested and sliced. Hanger steak. A single cut that literally hangs from the diaphragm between the rib and loin. Hanger steak was historically kept by butchers rather than sold commercially due to its rarity, only one per animal. It features a soft texture and a deep, mineral-rich flavor that some compare to liver. After trimming the tough central membrane, hanger steak is usually marinated, cooked quickly over high heat, and served medium rare, sliced across the grain. Chuck eye. Sourced from the chuck near the rib section, chuck eye shares some characteristics with ribeye, but comes from the shoulder instead. It often has good marbling and a strong beef flavor, though it contains slightly more connective tissue than premium steakhouse cuts. Chuck eye benefits from gentler cooking methods, such as reverse searing or medium heat grilling, which help break down the extra connective tissue. Tomahawk. Essentially a ribeye left attached to an extra long rib bone that has been Frenched for presentation. The tomahawk offers the same marbling and flavor as a standard ribeye, but is cut much thicker. Its dramatic bone-in appearance makes it a showstopper. Due to its thickness, tomahawk steaks are often seared first to develop a crust, then finished indirectly or in the oven to ensure the interior reaches the desired temperature without burning the exterior. Tri-tip. A triangular cut from the bottom sirloin, tri-tip features a mix of lean meat and a fat cap along one side. Known for its roasty flavor, it's closely associated with California's Santa Maria barbecue tradition, where it's simply seasoned and grilled over a wood fire. Tri-tip is usually cooked whole like a small roast, then carved into thin slices against the grain for serving. Bavette. Also called flap steak, bavette comes from the lower sirloin and has a loose grain structure often compared to a cross between flank and skirt steak. This open grain gives bavette its bold beef flavor and allows it to absorb marinades more effectively than tighter cuts. When cooked to medium rare over high heat, the fat within the muscle softens without fully melting, keeping the texture juicy while maintaining a slight chew. Bavette is popular in French bistro cooking and is frequently used in steak frites dishes, where it's seared hard in a pan, rested, and sliced into strips across the grain. Rump steak. Taken from the back leg of the cow, rump steak comes from a muscle group that sees a lot of physical activity. This results in leaner meat with less marbling, which is why rump steak tends to be firmer and slightly tougher than premium cuts like ribeye or strip. However, it still delivers plenty of beefy flavor when prepared correctly. Rump steak is often marinated before cooking to relax the muscle fibers, then grilled or pan-seared to medium and sliced thinly against the grain. Picanha. Also known as the top sirloin cap, picanha comes from the upper portion of the rump. It's recognizable by the thick fat cap along one side. Unlike heavily marbled steaks, most of picanha's fat sits on the outside, where it slowly renders during cooking and bastes the lean interior. It's especially popular in Brazilian churrasco, where it's cut into thick strips, skewered with the fat facing outward, and grilled over an open flame. From the marbling of ribeye to the structure of sirloin, steak is defined by its muscle, fat, and how each cut responds to heat and technique. Let us know in the comments what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching.